Cap Table Nation is a very unique initiative which basically provides an investment infrastructure in this region where this kind of infrastructure never existed before. And some of the pieces may have, but that kind of tool set that Cap Table Nation created was never something in this region that existed. So that's one of the main importance. And with this infrastructure, and on the top of this infrastructure, two venture capital funds will be created and are being created that will help the local economy as well as entrepreneurs, of course, as well as investors. So my role is regional coordinator of the Cap Table Nation. That means that I'm coordinating the stakeholders in the 6-county region, which is from Collier through Sarasota, including also Glades, as well as Henry counties. So these two venture capital funds will help the region tremendously because these kinds of fund structures did not exist before. Venture capital existed, but not a venture capital fund. And these will create basically the necessary vehicle for investors to invest into various entrepreneurial enterprises in a much more structured way, as well as it provides a great resource for entrepreneurs to gain the necessary support to develop their businesses. Cap Table Nation has 12 different tools with which this initiative will help to develop this investment infrastructure. And all of the tools are very important, but some may be even more important, if we could say so. One of them is this highly discounted fee structure fund administration. And that will help many of the, for example, private foundations to be able to invest in the region because they don't have to be worried about the otherwise expensive fund management. Cap Table Nation, along these tool sets, created the so-called advisory tables through which various stakeholders can be involved, setting the direction for various investments. It is quite important because these stakeholders know what's really important. They are the grassroots, basically, participants in the economy or society or in communities. And they know what's really needed in the particular community or what's really missing in a particular community. And these kinds of missing elements many times create unnecessary imbalances in economies or in communities. And these kinds of investments and these kinds of priorities may be able to help to alleviate all those imbalances in economy or in society or in general in the community. Along with that tool is also important that we developed a so-called support system or a pathway program for entrepreneurs so that they can be ready to get through the so-called due diligence process. And because in this region, this kind of support does not really exist, for entrepreneurs it is much harder to get basically ready for these kinds of measurements, which is a due diligence basically process. And finally, one of those tools which is really missing mostly in the region is the reporting system. So Cap Table Nation, with Gingras global support, will provide all those necessary and breakdown type of reporting systems that are essential for economic development professional or other stakeholders. What my hope regarding Cap Table Nation and these two funds, and hopefully many more funds coming into this region, that ultimately hundreds of millions of dollars will be invested in the region. And because of all that support and all those resources, hopefully we will be able to create a better and more equity-based economy as well as society. That will help to basically support a much better future for all the residents of Southwest Florida, and hopefully all the future residents who will move to Southwest Florida.